There are seasons in life when we feel hidden, like we're not where we should be, not doing what we should be doing. It can feel discouraging, as though our potential is trapped and we're unable to step into the fullness of who we were created to be. You may look around at others who seem to be moving forward, achieving their goals, getting the recognition they deserve, while you feel left behind in the shadows, struggling to figure out your place. But here's something I need you to understand. God didn't forget you. He's not punishing you. He's preparing you. There's something powerful in being hidden. Think about a seed planted deep within the soil. It's buried, unseen, and perhaps even forgotten to those who pass by. But beneath the surface, it's working. It's breaking through the tough outer shell, pushing its way through the earth, drawing in nourishment, and growing stronger every day. The seed isn't in the dirt because it's insignificant. It's in the dirt because it's becoming something incredible. It's being prepared to break through to something much greater than anyone could imagine. Just like that seed, you're in a season of preparation. The fact that you feel hidden, that you feel isolated, or even that you're in a place of waiting, is not a sign that you're not progressing. It's a sign that God is doing something deep within you. Think about the biblical figures who spent years in hiddenness. Joseph was a dreamer, someone with an incredible vision for his life, but he spent years in a pit and then in prison before he ever saw the palace. David, too, was anointed to be king, yet he spent years alone in the wilderness, being prepared by God for the throne. He was learning the patience, wisdom, and leadership qualities necessary to lead God's people. These seasons weren't wasted. They were periods of growth, refinement, and development. This season of hiddenness is not just about waiting for your moment to shine. It's about becoming the person who can handle the moment when it finally arrives. When you're hidden, God is working on your character, your emotional maturity, and your internal strength. He's teaching you how to handle failure, disappointment, and frustration. He's teaching you how to be humble when success finally does come, and how to remain grounded when the applause of others is directed your way. One of the most important aspects of this season is the refinement process. God isn't just working on the things you can see, like your talents, your skills, or your gifts. He's working on your heart. This is where God is shaping your spirit, teaching you how to persevere and how to trust Him when the future is unclear. This hiddenness is a classroom where God is teaching you lessons that you will carry with you into every season of your life. You're learning how to thrive, not when things are easy, but when they're difficult. This season is about developing endurance, faith, and the kind of inner strength that will carry you through the challenges you will face. The reason for this is simple. God's vision for you is bigger than you can imagine. He's not just preparing you for the next step. He's preparing you for the impact you will have on the world. He's preparing you for the destiny that lies ahead. But that kind of impact requires you to be ready in every sense. Ready in your heart, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. And sometimes the best way for God to prepare you is to hide you for a season so that you can grow in the ways that matter most. If we look at the lives of some of the most influential people in history, we'll see that their hidden seasons often made them who they were. Think about the Apostle Paul. He had a remarkable conversion experience on the road to Damascus, but after that, he disappeared for several years. He went into the desert, into a hidden season where he was shaped, sharpened, and refined. During that time, God was building him up, preparing him for the incredible ministry that would touch the lives of millions. Without that time of hiddenness, he may never have been the Paul we read about today. This hiddenness is not about being forgotten, it's about being prepared. You may not see it now, but God is working behind the scenes, in the quiet moments of your life, to bring forth something that will change the world. But first, He's got to develop in you the kind of foundation that will sustain you when the world does see you. That's what hiddenness is about. It's about becoming who God has destined you to be, and that transformation happens in the quiet, unseen moments. When no one is looking, God is working on your character. When you're overlooked by others, He's refining your purpose. purpose. One of the hardest things in life is to trust that God is at work when you can't see the evidence of it. We want immediate results. We want instant gratification. But God is saying, trust the process. Trust that in this season, as hard as it may feel, God is preparing you for something greater than you could ever imagine. Trust that every moment you spend hidden is not wasted. Trust that when the time is right, He will reveal you, and you'll be more than ready for it. God knows exactly what you need, and He knows exactly when you're ready. So if you're feeling hidden right now, don't be discouraged. Don't let doubt creep in. Trust that God is doing something in you that's going to prepare you for the impact you're meant to make. When you look back at this season of your life, you'll see that God didn't hide you to harm you. He hid you to make you. And now, as this season comes to a close, you will step into a new chapter, stronger, wiser, and more ready for the purpose that's been unfolding all along. The hidden season wasn't wasted. It was your training ground. It was the place where your character was developed, where your strength was built, and where you learned to trust God in ways you never would have otherwise. And now, as God reveals you, you'll be able to handle the impact that's coming your way. So step into that purpose. You're ready. It's over now. You've been prepared. When you're in a season of hiddenness, it often feels like your life is on pause. You're working, striving, praying, and hoping, but it feels as though everything is just stuck. The doors you thought would open remain closed, and the breakthroughs you've been praying for seem distant, almost unreachable. Yet, this is the very moment when God is doing something significant in your life, a preparation that, though uncomfortable, is essential for the impact He has planned for you. Think about the process of refinement. When God hides you, it's not because He's punishing you, and it's not because you're unimportant. Quite the opposite. God hides you because He's in the process of refining you for something extraordinary. Just like gold is put into the fire to be purified, you're being prepared in ways that will make you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped for what lies ahead. You might feel like you're being tested, and in a way you are. But this testing is not meant to break you, it's meant to build you. Refinement involves stripping away the excess, the parts of us that are not useful for what God has called us to. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. To the untrained eye, it might look like destruction, like something beautiful is being destroyed. But to the artist, it's the process of revealing something of great value that's hidden beneath the surface. The same is true for you. In your hidden season, God is chiseling away the parts of you that are not aligned with your purpose, making space for the person He's destined you to be. The things that once seemed so important, the distractions, the things that kept you from fully focusing on God's will, are being removed. It may feel uncomfortable, even painful, but the result is something far more beautiful. This refinement is essential because without it, you might not be able to handle the blessings, the opportunities, and the influence that will come when God opens the door to your future. Think about it. If a young tree is exposed to a storm before its roots are deep enough, it could easily be uprooted. But if that same tree is given time to grow, to establish its roots deep into the soil, then it can withstand the strongest winds. God is strengthening your roots during this hidden season. He's building your foundation so that when the storms come, and they will come, you will not be shaken. Now the temptation during times of hiddenness is to rush the process. We often want to skip over the uncomfortable stages and get to the part where we are seen, where we are recognized for the gifts we have. But if we rush the process, we risk missing the key lessons that God is trying to teach us. In the hidden places, we learn humility, patience, and dependence on God. These qualities are necessary because when the spotlight finally shines on you, it's easy to become prideful or lose focus. If you've been hidden and God has refined your character during that time, you'll be much better equipped to handle the challenges that come with success. Another important aspect of refinement is that it prepares us for the impact we will have on others. The truth is, God's work in your life is never just for you. Yes, He loves you, but He also has a purpose for you that reaches beyond yourself. God is shaping you not just to be successful, but to be a vessel of His glory, to be a light to the world. As you go through this refining process, He is making you into someone who can carry that light without becoming overwhelmed by it. In order to shine brightly in the world, we first need to be refined in the quiet spaces where the distractions are removed and where our hearts are aligned with His will. Think of how powerful the life of someone like Moses was. He spent 40 years in the wilderness, hidden, before he was called by God to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. He went through struggles, he faced doubts, and yet he emerged with the strength and wisdom needed to lead a people. But it wasn't in the palace of Pharaoh that Moses was shaped. It was in the desert. It was there that he learned patience, reliance on God, and the kind of leadership that could lead a people through some of the greatest challenges they would ever face. You may feel like your season of hiddenness is a waste of time, but I promise you, it is not. You are being shaped into a leader. You are being prepared for something bigger than you can even comprehend. You're learning things now that you will need in the future. The patience you're building now will be essential when you're in a place of influence. The wisdom you're gaining through this season of uncertainty will be the very thing that guides you when God opens the doors to your calling. And the humility you're learning in this quiet season will keep you grounded when success and recognition finally come your way. At times, this hidden season can feel like it's too much to bear. You may feel overlooked, like no one understands what you're going through, or worse, like no one even notices you at all. But that's where God does His best work. He works in the places where no one else is looking. He works in the hidden corners, in the quiet places, in the spaces that seem insignificant. And when the time is right, He will reveal what He has been doing all along. Just like an artist who spends hours perfecting a piece of work in solitude, God is working in the hidden spaces of your life to reveal something beautiful, something that will impact the world. The beauty of this hidden season is that you're not alone. God is with you, shaping you, refining you, and preparing you. And when it's over, when the door is open, you'll walk through it not only with greater capacity, but also with a deeper understanding of your purpose. You'll have the strength to face whatever challenges come your way, and you'll be ready to carry out the work that God has for you. So if you're in a season of hiddenness, embrace it. Don't rush it. Trust the process. God is not wasting your time. He's preparing you for something extraordinary. He's refining you so that when the time comes, you'll be ready to step into the calling He has placed on your life. The best is yet to come, but it couldn't come without this process. The hidden season is not wasted. It's where your greatness is being forged. Stay faithful, stay patient, and trust that when God is ready to reveal you, you'll be ready for it. There's something deeply profound in the idea that God hides us for a season. It's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? In a world that celebrates visibility, instant success, and the public display of achievements, the notion of being hidden, of remaining out of sight, doesn't sit well with us. But when you look at it from God's perspective, you begin to realize that this hiddenness is not a punishment or a curse. It is in fact a divine invitation to become something more than you ever imagined. So why does God hide us? One reason is that He's positioning us for a breakthrough, not just for us, but for those we're destined to serve. The process of being hidden is a form of preparation, a refining that shapes our character, our resolve, and our understanding of the deep truths about who we are in Christ. In this season of hiddenness, we're not alone. God is working in us, developing us in ways that cannot be accomplished in the spotlight. Consider the life of David. He was anointed king by the prophet Samuel, but he wasn't immediately placed on the throne. Instead, David spent years in the wilderness, hiding from Saul, dealing with rejection, and learning the intricacies of leadership. The wilderness wasn't wasted time. It was where David learned the patience and wisdom that would enable him to rule as a king. He didn't just become a great leader because he was called to be. He became a great leader because of the refining process he endured in the wilderness. Likewise, your hidden season is one of preparation. You may not understand why things are not moving forward as quickly as you'd like, but trust that God is positioning you in the best way possible. He's protecting you from things you may not yet be able to handle. There's an old saying, God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. That's exactly what He's doing in your life right now. If He gave you the breakthrough too soon, the exposure too early, the success before you were ready, it could overwhelm you, take you off course, or cause you to miss out on the true purpose He has for you. It's easy to fall into the trap of impatience and frustration when we feel hidden, when we believe we should be doing more or seeing more. But there's so much power in surrendering to the process. process. Embrace the hiddenness as a season of growth, knowing that your time is coming. What you learn in the dark, God will use in the light. In this hidden place, God is working on your character, not just your circumstances. He's building in you a foundation that will support the weight of your future. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper on a shallow foundation. It might look good for a while, but eventually, it will crumble. The deeper the foundation, the taller the building can grow. So too, the deeper your foundation of faith, patience, and trust in God, the greater the heights He can take you to. While you're hidden, God is also working on your perspective. He's teaching you to rely on Him, to trust Him fully, and to recognize that He is your source of strength, not your circumstances. In the waiting, we learn to be content, not because our circumstances are ideal, but because we know that God is faithful, that He will bring to pass the promises He has spoken over our lives in His perfect timing. But here's the other key thing: the season of hiddenness doesn't just prepare you for the breakthrough, it prepares others too. When God places you in a position of influence and visibility, you will encounter people who are struggling with similar feelings of isolation, frustration, and doubt. You'll be able to speak from a place of experience, to offer hope to those who feel lost, to guide them through the wilderness, because you've walked that path yourself. There's a powerful scripture in Isaiah 49:2 that says, "He made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of His hand He hid me. He made me a polished arrow and concealed me in His quiver." This verse speaks to the idea that God's hiddenness is not a place of stagnation, but of preparation. It's in this place where you are being polished, sharpened, and made ready for the moment when He will release you into the world to fulfill your purpose. You are a polished arrow in God's quiver, and when the time is right, He will release you into your destiny with precision and purpose. God is not hiding you from the world. He's hiding you for the world. He is molding you into the person you need to be in order to handle the calling He has on your life. Just like a sculptor chisels away at a piece of marble to reveal the statue hidden inside, God is shaping you carefully and intentionally so that you can fulfill His plans for you. This process, while difficult and even painful at times, is necessary for the greatness He has in store for you. Without it, you would not be able to carry the weight of the influence He will place upon you. Here's the bottom line: when God hides you, it's not for punishment, it's for positioning. He's preparing you, refining you, and making sure that when He opens the door, you are ready to step into your calling with confidence and grace. Don't rush the process. Trust in the timing of God. There is a reason He's hidden you, and it is all part of His grand plan for your life. And so I leave you with this: don't let the season of hiddenness discourage you. Don't let it lead you to doubt God's goodness or His plan for your life. Instead, use this time to grow, to strengthen your faith, to deepen your trust in His timing, and to prepare yourself for what's ahead. The time will come when you will step out of the shadows and into the light. But when that moment comes, you will be ready, refined, and positioned to fulfill the incredible purpose God has for you.